if you go into the audiovisual industry, when you know you don't have the talent for it, at that early age, like they say, change the corridor. Go and do something else. Because I believe that no matter what you learn in school, no matter how much theory you get in school, what will make you stand out, what will make you a good producer, a good journalist, a good communicator, I think is 95% of your innate talent.
He's none other person than Robert Ekukole, one-time producer of the CRTV. We are super, super excited. Personally, I'm excited having you today.
It's a pleasure for me to be here.
People know you as a media person, a TV producer, director, but we got some small research and we realized you're getting into corporate communication. You say it's the new gold. Tell us about you delving into that field. Are you fitting in comfortably? Do you think that it is what's drifting to that direction?
Yes, I think so because, like I say, in 30 years at CRTV, I got the privilege of working with so many different interests in Cameroon and the world, all right? And I realized suddenly that journalism as we practice it, journalism as we put it out as a product to our viewers, it's not enough today. Today, more and more people are getting into businesses. More and more people are getting into industry. All right. More and more people are leading what in yesteryears were classic domains. Like I would say health. We talk about health, they're telling you the hospital. You talk about school, they're telling you secondary grammar school, and so on. This to me are all tabloids that have been outfaced with time. Today, with new technology, like I said during my master class today, I said, you produce a film today, you can put it on the world platform, Peacock or Netflix or Hulu, and tomorrow a Japanese is sitting in the comfort of his home and he's watching you. All right. I said, this is a big, big leap forward because it beats completely what Mark Lewin imagined in the last century, that was becoming a global village, the world. He looked at the world as becoming a global village. Today I say that after Mark Lewin, the world is shrinking at an alarming speed. It's really shrinking to the point where, I mean, you can be working in Auckland and be in Cameroon every month if you want. Something that was inconceivable about 20 years ago.
You said that you were retired but not tired. And this just goes to concord that earlier statement. And you equally came into Cameroon International Film Festival as a resource person. Now, this is just one of the many things you do. Tell us some of the highlights of what you were telling those who are daring to delve into communication, movie making, audiovisual production. What were the key tenets looking at business and entertainment?
I told them this is the key, that business in the film industry is a natural partner. You cannot be doing industrial work and you don't think of investment and payback. You don't think of investment and dividends. Okay, you don't think of investment and reward. So I think I told them that this is key today, that entertainment in yesteryears was free of charge. Many producers or many filmmakers went into entertainment because they had a passion for it. They had a passion to bring out their skill, take out their muse, their God-given creative muse, and showcase it to the world. Today, it comes with a cost because what was rudimentary in those days, what was pure talent in those days, has become an industrial product. And when you say industrial product, it means that some investment has been put into it. Films are getting more and more sophisticated. Actors and producers alike are using better and more modern techniques to realize or produce films. So these films must be able not only to sell, but be able to bring back reward that should generate income, revenue to produce the next film. That's why during the master class today, I talked of a kind of fountain funding. All right. I'd say fountain funding because you spend money, be it from private investors or from your own personal savings or from, if you like, equity partners. Because there are many, many equity partners today who tell you, look, I have money to put in there, but what I do is I'll put in my money, but make sure that the moment this film goes on a good and profitable platform, let me get not
But-
only my money,
Plus
but,
profits.
but profit. All right? So they look at it as something that is profit generating, and they are putting in their money in there. And I told them, I said, look, government, whether we like it or not, anywhere in the world,
That's
is a
never
poor
repeated.
businessman.
Mm.
All right? Look at the United States. United States on its own as a government cannot fund filmmaking, cannot fund the film industry. Hollywood makes $24 billion as revenue in a year, 1 year. And this is done because I think they gain their autonomy very quickly. They fund their own productions, all right? And what they get in return as profit, they plow it back. And I think it is this business model that is making Nigeria stand out.
Yeah.
I looked at the statistics and there is no other geographical space. I prefer to use that. There is no other geographical space that Nigeria that kind of breaks even and makes profit.
Okay.
They do that because I think they're coming from a background that augurs well for them. Nigeria was colonized by the British,
Yeah.
and the British, like you know, brought in what they call indirect rule. They got to Nigeria, Lugard and colonial masters, and they met strong kingdoms already operating in Nigeria. All right? Be they in the Yoruba land or in Hausa land. There were strong Southerners, there were strong Obas. In Igbo land, they also had a strong traditional rulers.
Okay.
So managing themselves wasn't strange to Nigeria. All right? And this was translated in a very smooth way in their film production industry. They counted on themselves. They tried to make a good mix of talent and skill. And when I say skill, I'm talking of the technical import that they're bringing into cinema. And it worked very well. So there is no other country on the continent that has the quality of productions, the quantity of productions, because mark you, Nigeria produces on the average 2,500 films per year.
Wow.
Cameroon doesn't produce even 30.
And
I can't talk about Ghana. I can't talk about Egypt or Kenya. All right. So I think, and I told the participants today, I said, what has worked so well for the music industry should naturally work well for the film industry. After all, they're all art.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing with us your story of resilience and the fact that you are retired and not tired and still creating this much impact. You continue to inspire a number of us. Thank you so much for always inspiring. From childhood, I've always looked up to people like you, and thank you for your time.
I thank God for everything.